Now
अभी हाँ सर, ओके विजुअल।
okay. In last lecture I told about cursor. As you all know, cursor is just like pointer associated with context area in which we store the result of any DML query, and cursor is associated to that area. And if you want to manipulate the records which is stored in context area, then we will use the cursor concept. In cursor management, there are following steps. First, we create the cursor. Second, we open the cursor. Then, one by one, within the loop, we fetch the records from the context area and store into the variable of PL SQL block. And in this way, we manipulate the multiple records with the help of the cursor. And after using the cursor, we have to close that cursor. And again, there are two types of the cursor. One is explicit cursor and another one is implicit cursor. Explicit cursor is created by user or programmer, and implicit cursor is automatically created by Oracle engine. Whenever we execute any DML command, SQL engine automatically create that cursor, and with the help of implicit cursor we can make our program more interactive. And yesterday I demonstrated that things. Now you all are going to learn about stored procedure of PL SQL. Actually, if you give the name to the PL SQL block, that is called named PL SQL block. Otherwise, that is called anonymous PL SQL block. So here we give a name to that block and store in a Oracle database. So you can say that procedure is also a database object, and in procedure we pass parameter, and then procedure perform a specific task and return value to the outside world. And after creating the procedure, we can call that procedure in another PL/SQL block. In any web application, we can call that procedure. In Java program, we can call procedure. In Python program, we can call procedure by its name. It's just like function concept in C language. Okay, did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now, for creating the procedure, syntax is create or replace procedure and procedure name. Okay, this is the syntax for creating the procedure. Create or replace procedure, procedure name, then we pass parameter and is, and after is we write the code within the begin and end, and here we write the procedure name. This is the syntax for creating the procedure. There are three types of the parameters: in, out, and in out. In means if we declare the parameter in mode, it means that this parameter receives input from the outside world. Suppose we call this procedure and pass any value, then that value will be stored in this type of the parameter. And if we declare parameter as an output mode, it means that through this parameter we send value to the outside world, or it acts as return, and through this parameter we will return value to the calling program. And if we declare any parameter as an in out both mode, means that parameter can be used to receive the input and also that parameter will return the value to the calling procedure or calling functions. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here, see, replace is optional. Suppose we write create procedure name, and if that procedure already exists, then message procedure already exists. But if you write r replace, then existing procedure will be replaced by new one. So either write create procedure name or create or replace procedure name. If you want to replace the existing procedure name with new procedure name, then you should use create or replace. If exist, then replace, and if not exist, then that procedure will be created. Here see, in represents the value that will be passed from outside, and out represents the parameter that will be used to return a value outside of the procedure. And procedure body, this is called procedure body. Whatever we write between begin and end, that is called procedure body. Here we will use various DML statements, and after end we will write procedure name, and this name should be same as we declare the procedure. And begin and end is after is keyword. Either use is or as. Did you get it? Syntax of procedure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
It is just like function in C language. Okay. Now see the example. Here we create a procedure greetings, and in this procedure we are not passing any parameter. Okay. So create or replace procedure greetings as or is begin and end. We write dbms output dot put line hello world. So whenever we call this procedure greetings, then this message will be displayed. So this is equivalent to a program through which we display the hello world in C language. We write void main, and within the main we write printf hello world. So this code is equivalent to that code. Did you get it? In another
Yes, sir.
PL SQL block, we have to only call this function's greetings, and this screen will be displayed on monitor. And see another, if we will execute that procedure, then hello world will be displayed on the monitor. There are two ways to call this procedure. One way, through SQL prompt we can call this procedure. Through execute command, we will write execute keyword, and after that we will write the name of the procedure, and in this way we call this greetings procedure through SQL prompt. Another way, we have to create a PL SQL block, and in that block by name we will call this procedure, and in both case hello world will be displayed on monitor. Now see, this is the another way. In begin and end we call greetings procedure, and output will be same hello world. Then this is the second program. Through procedure we can add two numbers. So this is the program to find sum of two numbers. Here see, we create procedure like this, create procedure name is add, and in add we pass x parameter, type is number, and it is of in mode, and y second parameter y, mode is in and type is number, and z mode is out and type is number. Then we write is, and begin and end we write this syntax Z assignment operator x plus y. If in another block we declare two variable a and b, and in this block if we call this functions add, then here we will pass three variable a, b, c. A will be stored in x and b will be stored in y, and the summation, we perform summation over x and v, and that value will be stored in C through this Z variable. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Here see, 23 will be stored in X and 25 will be stored in Y, and here we perform the task and sum Z will be sum of X plus B will be stored in Z, and from this return that value will be stored in C, and if we will print the value of C, then that will be 48. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now see second program here. Here we declare X in both in and output mode. So whenever we pass the value, A will be stored in X, and after processing X into X, the same parameter return value to the A. And if we will display the value of A, suppose we pass 23, then output is 23 into 23. Did you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And actual parameters can be passed in three ways: add a comma b comma c, then second way, and third way. Generally we use first method for passing the parameters. Okay, now next concept is function. Now I am going to demonstrate how to create procedure through PLSQL. Should I go for demonstration? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me connect with PLSQL or SQL Plus. Is SQL screen is visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me connect with Oracle database server. Now I am going to create a procedure for summation of two number. First, we write create or replace, and then procedure keyword and procedure name. Suppose procedure name is add AB. Procedure name is add AB. Then in this we pass three parameters. First A mode and type is number. Second B input mode, type is number. And third C output mode and type is number. Now we will use is keyword, and then we write code in executable section, and in executable section we will write this expression C equal to A plus B. Here and then name of the procedure, add AB. And procedure created. Now this procedure is stored in Oracle database. Anytime you can call this procedure, and if we will pass 3 parameters, then first perform addition of A plus B and result will be returned by third parameter C. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now there are two methods to call this procedure. Through SQL prompt we can call, and for that which command we will use? Please let me know. If we want to call add AB through SQL prompt, then what is the command for calling this procedure? Hello. I have already explained that command in PPT. Name of that command is execute. Execute space procedure name, and then we will pass the parameter. Okay. But here,
Yes.
for third parameter, we have to create a bind variable. If we want to declare any variable through SQL prompt, then command is variable, then variable name, and type is number. In this way we can create a variable K, but K is bind variable. If you want to use the value of this bind variable, then we will use colon K. If PL SQL block you want to use the value of K, then through colon K we can use the value of this variable. Now K variable is declared and K is called bind variable. Please note it. K is bind variable. Now I am going to call this created procedure execute, then procedure name add AB, and here we will pass 56, 78, and then bind variable. Result will be stored in this bind variable, but we refer bind variable with colon K. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now this procedure successfully executed, and sum of 56 and 78 is stored in K. So how you will check the sum of 56 and 78? There is another command, print command. Print and then K. In this way we can find out the value of K, and sum of 56 and 78 is stored in K, and that value comes from the value of C, and procedure perform summation operations and store sum in C variable. So let me check the value of K. Print, then colon K. See here, value of K is 134. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now second method. Now I am going to create another PL SQL block, and in that block we will call procedure add AB. For that we have to declare a variable S, and S is also a number type, and then in executable section we call procedure by its name add AB, and then we will pass 100, 200, and third is s. Now we will not use colon. Why? Because s is not bind variable. If we use bind variable in PLSQL block, then through colon we will refer that variable. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I am going to execute this block through forward slash. PLSQL procedure successfully completed, but no syntax for displaying the value of s. So for displaying the value of s, we have to write dbms output dot put line and s. So let me write that method. Here we will write dbms output dot put line, and here you can format your output sum equal to concatenation operator and s. Now see, again no output. Why no output? Please let me know.
Set server output on.
Okay, very good. Set server output on. Then see here, sum equal to 300. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this is just like function concept of C language. Okay. Now suppose we want to give input through keyboard, then what will we do in this program? Please let me know. What we will do for that? If we want to enter the value of A and B through keyboard, if we want to make our program general, then what will we do? In declaration section, declare A number, then B number, and make our program. Here we will pass the address, and here we will pass the address of B. Then in place of value we pass the variable name A, and here B. Then if we want to execute this, then this program is interactive. Sum is 1367. So now this procedure is stored, and we can call this procedure in Java program, in Python program. If we want to call this through web app, then in that code you can also call this procedure through its name by passing the parameter. Okay. Now, if we want to make a procedure for incrementing the salary in employee table, suppose if we enter the value 1, then salary of employee number 1 will increment, and we want to make a interactive program, and in that procedure we pass two value. One is employee number and another is amount of increment. In this way we can call that procedure, and we will pass, we want to increase employee number 1 with 20,000 jump and 2 with 30,000 jump, then we call that procedure. There is no need to execute update command multiple times. Did you get it? Actually, this procedure is for database manipulation. But through this program, you can understand the concept and then apply this concept for manipulating the tuples of tables. Now I am going to create a procedure, a general program for incrementing the salary of an employee. And in that procedure, we pass two value. One is employee number and another one is amount. Did you get it? Problem statement. Hello.
Yes, sir.
What I am going to create. So see here, employee table and select star from EMP. At present only 3 tuples in this table. So now I am going to create a procedure. For that, create or replace. Create or replace. Procedure name cell increment. Procedure name is cell underscore increment. Before that, we have to write keyword procedure. Create or replace procedure, procedure name. And in this procedure, we pass 3 parameters. One parameter is VE number, which is in input mode, and type is number. Second one is amount variable, input mode, and type is number. And third one is for storing the updated salary, and for that, suppose we pass a parameter s, and this parameter is in output mode and type is obvious number. Then is, and in executable section we will write command update employee at salary equal to salary plus amount. Whatever we will pass through procedure, add that amount into the salary. And condition is where E number equal to VE number, which we will pass through procedure. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we perform commit operations. This value permanently reflected in table. Then now I am going to store updated salary into the S parameter. So for that, what will we do? Please let me know. Now we want to store updated salary, which is updated by the amount which we pass through procedure. We want to store that updated salary in to S parameter. So what is the syntax for that? Again, select salary. Again select salary from the table and store that value into S from EMP table where E number equal to VE number. Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now end, and after end we will write procedure name. Now I am going to execute this through forward slash procedure created. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Hello. And this procedure is stored in Oracle database. If we want to call this procedure through SQL prompt, then what will we do?
Execute.
Okay, through execute we can call, but before that, what will we do? We have to create a bind variable. Why? Because
Yes,
we have
sir.
to pass 3 value, na?
Yes, sir.
Did you get it? So for declaring the bind variable through SQL prompt, what is the syntax? Variable.
Variable name and
Good.
type.
Variable name. Any variable name. Suppose here we updated salary US and then number. Okay. Now I am going to
Yes, sir.
call these functions. Execute. Then procedure name. Procedure name is salary and increment, and we will pass, we want to increment salary of employees whose number is 3. So 3, and suppose we want to give 10,000 jump, rupees 10,000 jump in his salary. Then first one is employee number, third one is amount, and third parameter colon US. So in this variable, updated salary will be stored. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now there is some error. Cell at system.incr in line number 6. Let me check the code. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cell increment. Here let me check the, change the name of this. Maybe this indicate any keyword. Cell raise, and here also cell raise. Procedure created. Again variable S1 number, and then execute cell raise, and here we pass 5. Okay, E number related to 3 is not in the table, that's why error comes. Have you got that?
Yes, sir.
No issue. And then salary is 60,000 and now we increment that salary by 20,000. And if we want to check the updated salary, then what will we do? Print colon S1. Now salary is 80,000. You can verify through select star from employee.
EM.
See here, now salary is 80,000.
Yes, sir.
Is this interesting thing or isn't?
Sir.
So PL/SQL
Interesting.
is for manipulating the database, but by writing the small program through procedure, you can understand the concept. Then you can apply that concept for manipulating the tuples of the table. Now suppose we want to give increment employee number 8 with 20,000, then there is no need to execute update command again and again. Only we call add functions, and here we will pass 8 and 10,000 jump. Okay, and we can verify through this select star from EMP. Now salary is 1,70,000. You can make your program interactive using PL/SQL. All the programming features are available in PL/SQL, and through these features SQL becomes more powerful. And second way of calling the function is in another PL/SQL block. We can call that procedure. So for that we have to declare the variable in declaration section. Here we declare v number and type is number, and second for amount and type is number, and third is for storing the updated salary and type is number, and again in executable section, suppose we want to give input through keyboard, then for that we will write VE number equal to address of VE number, then amount assignment operator ampersand amount, okay. Then we call the procedure. Procedure name is sal raise, and here we will pass VE number, then amount and S, and you can print the value of updated salary through dbms output dot put line command. For executing this block, this is called named block. This is anonymous block, and block for procedure is called named block. Now here we enter 6 and amount 30,000. Now salary is 1,90,000. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now home assignment. Please create procedure for finding out a factorial of a given number. Only we call the fact and pass the 4, and factorial of 4 will be displayed on monitor. So through procedure we can find out the factorial of a given number. Okay, and in next class I will explain about function. More or less both are same, but in function we will use return keyword. Here procedure we return the value through parameter of type output, but in functions there is a return keyword, and if we write return parameter, then that value will be returned in calling program. Okay, the function or block which call the procedure is called calling program or calling block. So through in mode parameters we pass parameters from outside world to the procedure, and through out parameter we return the value from procedure to outside world, and in this way we can communicate with outside world. So procedure is very important concept in Oracle, and you can call that procedure at any place. Either we can call within the PL/SQL block, or in any Java program, or in Python program, or in any web application program, and we can perform the task with the help of stored procedures. And all these procedures are stored in Oracle database. You can see this with system generated table. Let me see the description of user procedures table. That system generated table, object name, procedure name, object ID. So object name. So here we want to display object name from user procedure table, user procedures table. Cell raise procedure is stored in this table, and this is data dictionary. If we want to drop this procedure, then command of that is drop procedure and procedure name cell raise. Procedure dropped. Again, if you want to execute, select object name from user procedure. To see here, now cell raise is not in the result. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
And this result of this query will be stored in temporary area. That area is called context area, and automatically implicit cursor SQL is created, and through that cursor this result is displayed on monitor. So I think now you all understood the concept of cursor, explicit cursor, implicit cursor, and then how to create procedure. And using all these concepts you can develop business logic, and through that business logic you can manipulate the tuples of the databases. Okay, now time is over. In next lecture I will explain how to create functions, and then what is the difference between procedure and functions. Both are database objects. Okay, now let me download the attendance, then you can leave the meeting.